In this video, we'll try to turn this broken down bus into a luxurious, iconic home like nothing you've ever seen before. This project took 6 full months of work, so I hope you like it. They got this bus from a guy on Facebook who has a strange hobby of collecting old vehicles. Honestly, the bus was in rough shape and needed a massive amount of work. Massive in every sense of the word. Every corner was sticky from years of dust and grime, and it had to be completely cleaned inside. So they grabbed this big crowbar and started the demolition party, removing all the furniture inside. And yes, the bus was trashed in an unreal way. Spiders, wasps, cockroaches, and even a respectable colony of termites had made themselves at home. It looked far from reassuring. After finishing the demolition phase, they started planning the rebuild. That's when the real work began. The first thing they did was wash the entire bus. Then they bought this wood to build the bus floor, added this insulating foam throughout the whole bus, and covered it with these wooden panels. They decided to leave the metal roof as it was and just paint it white to save time and costs. Unfortunately, cutting corners didn't pay off because they used the wrong paint gun, and the result was a disaster. Paint dripped everywhere. That paint job cost them $200. Nothing. The next day, they tried to fix the mess with sanding, but suddenly it started raining, and they discovered another catastrophe. The roof was leaking water from every corner. The only solution was to remove the entire old roof and build a new one from scratch. So they dismantled the old metal roof, climbed up, and started sealing all the leaks. The bus is a 1991 model, so honestly they should have done this from the beginning and saved themselves all that time and heartbreak. The silver lining? The new roof turned out way better than the old one. So in the end, all the hard work was totally worth it. And now they started the interior finishing. Chai was busy with another project, so Kobe handled all the work on his own. He began dividing up the bus, and the plan was simple. At the back of the bus, there would be a private bedroom with a large bed. That's the section Kobe is currently working on, and you can already start to see the shape coming together. As for the rest of the bus, this area will be the living room or main living space. Next, they needed to install a full bathroom with a toilet, sink and shower. Finally, the kitchen would be on the opposite side, right in front of the bathroom. Of course, those old bus doors had to go, completely. So they removed them entirely. If you're planning to sleep in a converted bus, security is a must. That's why they decided to install a real door instead of the original bus door that couldn't protect anything. They even found it online by chance for an amazing price. A complete water system was also essential for the bus. They installed 3 tanks, the white tank for fresh water to supply the sinks and shower, the grey tank to collect wastewater from the sinks and shower, the black tank for waste disposal. Under the bus, Chai worked on installing the black tank directly beneath the bathroom. Since a full tank could weigh over 300 pounds, they had to build a sturdy base to handle the load without issues. Then came the day every builder dreads, insulation day. The bus originally had a basic 1-inch insulation layer behind the metal panels, but that definitely wasn't enough. They needed to add more layers to keep the bus warm and comfortable. Kobe worked on insulating the bus walls completely, while Chai installed the white tank for fresh water. After 5.5 hours of continuous work under the bus, Chai was completely exhausted. Meanwhile, Kobe had started installing the drywood around the bus. The frame was sealed with drywall panels, getting everything ready for the next phase, building the bathroom. The first step was constructing the bathroom floor and walls with wooden panels. Then Kobe painted the entire bathroom with a waterproof sealant to protect the walls from mold or future leaks. From the beginning, the goal was to make the bathroom sleek and shiny, so they chose this plastic marble pattern tile to give the space a dreamy look. For the shower area, they wanted a different vibe, so they used an exposed brick design to make it stand out. They planned to carry the same style into the kitchen to keep the decor cohesive throughout the bus. Since the entire floor was designed for water drainage, they added an extra layer of waterproofing to ensure the bathroom stayed in top condition for as long as possible. Once the toilet was installed, the bathroom was temporarily ready, and the focus shifted to a new mission, building the generator box. One of the bus's key goals was to always have electricity, whether parked or on the move, so they designed a custom box for the generator at the back of the bus. The problem? They needed to cover the generator. When they tried using wood, it looked terrible, and wood wasn't waterproof either. But they came up with a brilliant solution, repurposing the old bus roof metal to create a sturdy, weather-resistant generator cover. They cut and bent the metal to fit the box perfectly, making it both durable and stylish. Then they added a waterproof door to protect the generator from the elements. When they tested it, the generator worked perfectly, lighting up the entire bus. Their excitement skyrocketed, and they immediately started working on the upper deck. They laid down carpet across the whole floor and added a metal safety railing to prevent accidents while sleeping. The goal was to create enough space for 4 people to sleep comfortably, so they had to be smart with storage. They built a storage area under the main bed, where they placed the water heater and pump for easy access. They also designed a rear storage compartment, accessible from outside the bus, complete with a lock to keep everything secure and practical. Once the whole area was covered with wood panels, they returned to the upper deck and finished the walls with the same exposed brick style. Meanwhile, they started working on the kitchen cabinets. After days of cutting and assembling, they hit a snag. The cabinets were built to standard home dimensions, making them way too big for the bus. They had only one option: resize the cabinets to fit the space. At the same time, they removed a pointless wooden post that was blocking the layout. After adjusting the cabinets, they added this gorgeous marble countertop. They expected to wait 3 weeks for the sink installation, but things moved faster than expected, and they installed it the same day. Now all the attention shifted to the living room. Since the bus was only 20 feet long, there wasn't enough space for a regular couch. The solution? Building 2 facing benches instead. And after that, they finished the wall on the left here with exposed bricks, which made the entire bus look uniform and elegant. The next day, Chai decided to work on the front of the bus. There was a challenge here because no one was with him, and he had to work alone. But he was up for it and successfully cut and installed the entire dashboard by himself. Shortly after, the new seat arrived. It looked amazing, but I noticed a problem. The seat was way too big. When he tried to install it, he realized it was too high and made the space here too tight. When they put up this wooden wall, they hadn't considered that the seat would be this size. To fix the issue, they had to move the seat back a little. They started by removing a small part of the wall. After trying again, they found that the space was just right. Thankfully, the problem was solved successfully. Here, Chai was working on making the bus doors. Initially, he planned to design the doors with a rough wooden texture, but as he worked, he decided to smooth them out to give them a modern look that matched the overall design of the bus. At this point, everything seemed perfect. But no, Chai noticed that the doors didn't look cohesive because they were made from low-quality wood pieces, which he didn't like. So, he and Kobe took the doors apart and decided to start over. After 2 days of work, as you can see, the result was incredible. The doors came out smooth and elegant, and all the effort was worth it. He was very happy with them. Here, before finishing the rest of the preparations, it was time to install the air conditioning. The system had an indoor and an outdoor unit, but a new problem came up. If the outdoor unit was placed on the side of the bus, it would ruin the whole look. So Kobe decided to move it under the bus. He built a very strong base underneath and secured it there, making it more practical while keeping the bus's appearance sleek. The indoor unit was supposed to go here, and this wall had strong adhesive securing the drywall panels. That made it really tough for Kobe to remove them. The indoor and outdoor units were connected by copper pipes, and to install them properly, he had to remove a large section of the wall to run the pipes from underneath through the wall to the indoor unit. After finishing all that, he started working on the exterior of the bus. These windows needed to be sealed, so they used metal sheets to cover them completely, along with the lower sides of the bus. The result was excellent. Once all the modifications were done, it was time to paint the bus. This was the last time the bus would be seen in its old form before being completely transformed. First, they prepped the surface by removing the old paint. Then, they started painting the entire bus black. The result was amazing. The bus looked sleek and powerful. But unfortunately, I know I've said unfortunately a lot in this video, there was a small issue. See this dent here? A tree branch had fallen on the bus, causing this bend in the metal. They tried to fix it with foam, and at first it looked fine. But after sitting in the sun, the foam completely deteriorated, as you can see. They hadn't thought about this problem before, but there's a reason why most mobile homes are painted white. White reflects sunlight, whereas black absorbs it. Because they had painted the interior black, the heat was unbearable, and the air conditioning couldn't keep up. So now they had to fix the dent again and repaint the entire bus. They started by removing the foam layer they had applied, which was extremely tiring. Kobe and the team spent hours sanding, filling and scraping, and they ended up spending around $300 just on the foam and filler. But after removing it, they found a much better solution than refilling the gap with foam. The simple idea was to create a metal cover to conceal the dent. For the millionth time, they reused metal sheets from the bus's roof to fix this part. Unfortunately, they had planned to take the bus on a beach trip in 4 days, something they were really excited about, but they hadn't accounted for needing to repaint it twice. Now, they had to change the bus's colour again, but they didn't want to go back to white. So, Chai picked his favourite colour, this beautiful shade of blue. Once they got the mixture just right, they started repainting the entire bus. At this point, there were only 3 days left until their trip. Their dad grabbed a brush and decided to paint the entire bus himself, and his work was amazing. With just 2 days left, the work was still going, and they had also completed a lot of things inside the bus. Every family member worked at full capacity to get the bus ready in time. Now, with just 1 day left, they had to finish painting the entire bus. They stayed up all night applying the final coats of paint. Honestly, in the end, they were really happy that the black colour didn't work out because the new colour looked way better. I think it's impossible for it to look any better than this. Now it was time to head out on their trip. The last thing that they did was wash the bus before hitting the road. They took the bus on an unforgettable journey and had the best vacation they had ever experienced. That's it. Let me know what challenges you want to see next. Thank you so much for your support, Peace.